Aloha, everyone. Michelle Melendez with blossominnerwellness.com and standtogetherhawaii.com. And this is also on the Voice of Kona 100.5 FM. And you can go to the Voice of Kona radio show online if you want to listen there. So I have Tina Leah from Maui today, and we're going to be giving you an update about the Alualu, the waste dump from Lahaina that's being going. Hopefully not, but the projection is that they want to dump it in the Alualu area. So we're going to be talking about that, a little bit about Lahaina, any updates with that. And then lastly, we're going to give you guys an update on the injected Wolbachia mosquito, the Wolbachia injected mosquito that they want to release on Maui and Kauai. So we do have an update. So please watch this video all the way through. And Tina, just thank you so much for joining me.
Aloha. Happy New Year, Michelle.
Happy New Year. Oh, and I also want to request everybody, please like, share, and subscribe because I am being shadow banned. The links I put in the description, they're not letting me make them live. So you have to copy and paste the links. So just FYI, if you share, like, and subscribe, that would greatly appreciate our help this channel. So let's talk first about Alualu. So they want to put, it's huge amount. In fact, I can actually pull up the video of how much they want to, of the waste to put in Alualu. Can you give us an update about that?
Yeah, so they are wanting to, this is the county and then working together with, the state for right of entry and with the Army Corps of Engineers and FEMA to do the work. But they want to take the toxic debris and ash that's still remaining in Lahaina after they cleared out what they considered the hazardous waste. The ash and the debris itself is still toxic because it has elevated levels of things like arsenic and lead. And so they're wanting to put that into a site that they are working on now. It looks like they're already in the works, even though things are still being approved in Alualu, which is sacred land. It's right near a protected reef area that's considered critical to the ocean's health. And it's a natural resource area for people, on the island. And that area is also, of course, historically, culturally significant. So we're very concerned. It's a lot of tonnage, and it's still not even clear how much. I don't even think they know how much. They've said 400,000 tons. They've said 400,000 cubic feet. Now they're saying 200,000 of it is, is being disposed of elsewhere or has been, is getting shipped off the island. So we're really worried about what this could do to the Aina for years to come.
And the Aina, for those of you, that's Hawaiian for land. They also said that the environment there has been environmentalists have said that this is okay. This is not going to harm. Like somewhere I heard that they said the environmentalists are saying no, this is going to be, they've got this covered. There's no assessment. There's no environmental impact statement that they're giving to the people. They also state that this is a temporary site, but they're not giving a date for that. And I believe the mayor said that it was 5 football fields. The estimated of the soil was 5 football fields, 5 stories high. That's the amount of soil and toxins that they want to put in Alualu. So if you are concerned about that, like all of us here on the Hawaii Islands, and you want to testify, there's an email in the link. It's going to be the first sentence. It's an email. Again, my links don't work because they're not letting me put live links up. So just copy and paste the email. Send them an email. Let them know your thoughts right now. You can do it right now because the testimony is due January 12th. And you can send them an email right now. Let them know your thoughts on putting 5 football fields 5 stories high of toxic waste into a sacred area on the Maui Islands that will run off into the ocean. Let them know your thoughts about that, you guys, and that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for that update, Tina. Do you have any updates on the Lahaina fire? I know you're on the other side of the island, right?
I'm in Kihei, so about 45 minutes from where the fires happened there in Lahaina. I know there's still a community investigation going on, and I'm hoping that something will come of that because my understanding is that they have been compiling a lot of eyewitness accounts and photos, videos, doing some interviews with even, I think, the fire department and, some people that could have some insight into that. So I don't know at this point. That's Maui Community Investigation.com.
Yeah, get that. And I just want to add into that. I am writing, and I have written actually an affidavit. I'm just getting the proof back, getting it reviewed by a couple who helps people with constitutional law and have been for 60 years. So I'm just waiting for that to get back. That affidavit goes over all of the constitutional rights that the governor has violated. He has violated his oath of office. He has absolutely lied to the people. And I'm going to be submitting that, as well as I am going to be creating another affidavit for the Maui City Council people who are ignoring the testimonies of hundreds of people from around the world. So that is a violation of their oath, of their constitutional oath when they took office. And when they violate that, that means they need to be stepped down and leave, voluntarily leave office, because they're not doing what they were hired to do and standing for the oath that they took when they took office. So that is what I'm doing, you guys. And again, email them, let them know your thoughts. That is in the description. And then Tina, we want to talk about the Wolbachia injected mosquito, because you do have an update on that. When is the court date, and what's happening with the Wolbachia injected mosquitoes? And just really quickly, you guys, what that is, this is not a GMO mosquito. It's not a GMO mosquito. It is a mosquito that's injected with Wolbachia bacteria, and they sift through the mosquitoes. So they have millions of mosquitoes, and they have this machine, and they sift through, and the females are larger, so the males drop through. However, this is not a perfect system. So they do estimate that they're going to be releasing thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of females with this Wolbachia bacteria. And their goal for doing this at all is, they say what they want to save the native birds in Hawaii. Because the birds are dying from malaria, and I would like to see the scientific proof that shows that that's the only reason these native birds are dying and missing. And also, when they release these mosquitoes, they say that the male mosquito with the Wolbachia bacteria isn't compatible with the female current mosquito that is around. So that's their goal. They're saying, we're going to stop the avian malaria by this experiment. However, they don't tell people that the female injected mosquito with the Wolbachia bacteria and the male injected, they are compatible, people. And they don't tell you the females bite and they have a Wolbachia bacteria. How does that affect the human body? Tina, you know much about this. What are your statements on that? And what's the update on the court case?
Yeah, so as far as the females, we're concerned that they haven't even done any studies to see if the females with this Wolbachia bacteria could become more capable of transmitting diseases like the West Nile virus that birds and humans can get, and the avian malaria. There's peer-reviewed studies showing Wolbachia can cause mosquitoes to be more capable of transmitting those diseases, and the mosquitoes can transmit other human diseases that we're concerned about, and they haven't done any studies on that. So that would be, the main issue with the females, and also the potential that the whole population of mosquitoes could be replaced with these lab-altered ones. And what if they are more capable of spreading disease, or we end up with more mosquitoes than less, or, just all the effects this could have on the entire ecosystem that they haven't even studied. And that's the whole reason that we're in court over this. And then you mentioned the birds. We haven't seen the documentation of what is actually causing the decline in the birds. And we have questions about that. And I have serious questions about why their environmental assessment for the Kauai mosquito releases specifically states that they're not even responsible for what happens to the birds.
Yeah, I want to pause you there, because you guys have got to understand this. You got to understand this. Was it you that asked them, how are you testing? They were asked, how are you testing to make sure that this experiment that you want to do to save the native birds is saving the native birds? And their response was, that's not part of the experiment. So right. It's like the experiment that they want to do, that they're stating, They're releasing them as these mosquitoes, and they're doing this whole thing, millions of dollars, a lab in Maui, perpetuity, forever. They want to do this because they want to save these native birds, but they're not even testing to see if it's saving the native birds, and that's not even part of the experiment, is what they're saying.
Yeah, not even are they not testing to see if it's helping, they're not taking responsibility for whether it harms the birds. Again, what if the mosquitoes are more capable of giving those birds avian malaria or West Nile virus or even avian pox that these mosquito species transmit? And it says in the EA, somebody asked the question. I don't know how they interpreted the specific questions, but it said that that question was asked, and they said that's outside the scope of the EA. You know, basically that's not their responsibility. It's the whole focus of the project as they've presented it to the people. So
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Yeah. So what's happening with the government is trying to stop the court case. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we have the initial case was for the Maui releases because that's the first site of the mosquito releases, which they are already doing. And we have a temporary restraining order preliminary injunction hearing that was in progress. It started in July and then the fires happened, so it got postponed. And it was scheduled to continue in February. But now the state has filed what's called a motion for summary judgment, and that's going to be heard January 17th. Basically, they're asking the judge to rule on this case without going to trial. So they don't want to go to trial. They don't want this information to come out. They don't want the discovery documents to come to us and whatever information might come to the public from that. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping we can get the support from the community to keep this going as far as we can. Because it is very dangerous, and there's no question that they should have done an environmental impact statement. And that is the whole focus of our case, is that the environmental impact statement clearly should have been done because this has potential significant impacts on the environment and on the health of the people and the wildlife. It's not okay.
Absolutely. So donations are needed for the lawsuit that they're going on. The state wants to have what did you call it? Something statement?
Motion for summary judgment.
Motion for summary judgment. So they want the judge to rule that this doesn't go to trial because they know they're screwed. The each city council member, I don't believe that any of the Maui or Kauai city council members even read the Maui assessment, but you have read the 150-page Maui assessment on this. They're not wanting to do an environmental impact statement, and that's all we're asking. We're not even saying don't do this. We're saying do an environmental impact statement and show us this is safe for the environment before you release, what is it, 700 million a month forever of these injected Wolbachia injected mosquitoes?
Yeah,
you have the numbers.
It's over 700 million a week, actually.
A week.
Yeah, it's incredible. That's for Maui. They're also initiating this on Kauai, and there are 2 pro se plaintiffs there that have filed a case. So we're waiting to hear from them what the response is on their case.
And pro se means that they're just submitting a case just by themselves personally, correct?
Yeah, without an attorney representing.
Without an attorney. Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, we'll see what happens there. We also had filed, we did a contested case hearing, as we did on Maui. We also did a petition for a contested case hearing for Kauai. So we're still waiting to see what the response is on that. That should be on the agenda at some point.
Okay, that's super great.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much you're the one who's just taking the ball and running with this on your own. So if you guys are inspired to donate to this lawsuit that Tina has literally taken on by herself, you can donate. Where can they send a donation? The link's going to be in the description, copy and paste it, but here's also where you can send it.
Yeah, it's hawaiiunites.org/donate. And there's a lot of information on our website, hawaiiunites.org, about what's going on with the mosquito experiment on Maui, and similar. There's some information on the Kauai as well. It's very similar. The process. It's just a different area, and some of the details are a little different in the birds that they're focused on.
Yeah, so hawaiiunites.org /donate. I know you guys are, if you're listening on the radio, hawaiiunites.org is where to go for more information, and then /donate. And this is huge. And what we talked the other day, and what I told you I still stand behind, is that this is a game that we're in. Each one of us, we don't stay here for more than 100 years. Our soul does come into a human vessel, and we have this game. And so we're trusting your heart and trusting what we call here in Hawaii is your kuleana. What is yours to do? And Tina has taken this on. She's been inspired by this. I've been inspired by just freedom for all people and sharing the truth of what's happening around the world. And if you're listening and watching, what are you inspired by? What actions inspire you? Because the whole programming of being born, going to school, getting a job, getting married, white picket fence, all of the stuff, that's not why we're here. We're here, our hearts pull us to do something. That's why we're here on the planet. And when we trust and we go, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to trust that things are working out, and I get to watch as my actions help unfold a new future than the one that I see coming for us. So the future that I see for the Aina and all the Hawaii Islands and all the people around the world is freedom, peace, harmony, and a world without injected anything that is possible harm. So I just want to commend you and say thank you so much for all that you're doing. I know this has been a lot. You've been running with this ball pretty much by yourself for the past, I think, what is it, 2 years now? I mean, we've done testimonies together, and but you've really taken this on and read through the assessment and gotten the lawyers and all of it. So donate at hawaiiunites.org /donate. And thank you again, Tina. And then we'll do a quick prayer.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I really love that message that, it's a new year and let's just focus on what we want to see happen and not stay in that mindset of what we're afraid of happening or, putting those kind of roadblocks. Let's just envision what we want to see and work together and make it happen.
Amen to that. Yes, absolutely. Okay, Great Spirit, infinite intelligence of all things. You're everywhere. There's no place in the universe that you're not. The frequency of you, of love, of infinite knowledge runs through our cells of our body, runs through the empty space that we walk through, which is a frequency field. It is throughout everything. So Great Spirit, you know this game better than all of us. It was your creation of a game to have each one of us, a higher self, come and experience the illusion of fear and the illusion of separateness so that we could emotionally expand through the relationships that are created, through the drama, through all of the circumstances that show up. We can emotionally expand toward the frequency of truth and of love and of courage and of just absolute faith that everything is working out, and we get to watch as things unfold, to have the lower frequency darkness and the lower frequency fear be removed. We get to watch as those who are our leaders in government, the DLNR, the Maui, the mayor, the city council, the governor, that don't have the people's best interest. We get to watch, Great Spirit, infinite intelligence of all things, as you make magic happen, as you make miracles happen that have these people peaceably removed from office, that if it is for the best interest of all the people, or they peaceably, voluntarily step down, as many around the country have already done. We know that this is happening. We believe in miracles. We believe in the magic of the infinite oneness that is throughout everything, that is running the tides in the ocean, moving the sun across the sky, beating our hearts. And our hearts are beating with one heartbeat of humanity, pumping together in the knowingness that this planet is free, that all people are sovereign, that all people are kept safe, that our children, our keiki, grow up in a loving world where they feel and they know that they matter. We know it is done. And we get to watch as the magic unfolds right before our eyes. We get to feel the frequency and the inspiration in our hearts that pull us to what is ours to do, to what we can do in this present moment. And we know that every single moment of every single day is guided by our intuition that is connected to you, Great Spirit, infinite intelligence of all things, that's growing the grass beneath our feet, that's running the tides, that's guiding the honeybees to their flower, that's guiding the whales on their migration. And we give so much gratitude for this inspiration that guides us to what is ours to do, to allow magic to happen on this planet, that we can live in a world of peace, of harmony with all people, of freedom for all people, and of the knowingness that each one of us is loved beyond measure. We just know it is done, and so it is. Tina, sister, I love you so much. Thank you for joining me again. And again, that website to donate, if it pulls your heartstrings, to donate to her to get this Wolbachia bacteria so that we have an environmental impact statement. That's all we want, people. Go to hawaiiunites.org, hawaiiunites.org/donate. And that link is in the description. Copy and paste it. Mahalo, Tina. Love you, sister.
Mahalo. Love you too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.